Well, hello, this is Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and I am here with the last round of quotes from governmental leaders. This is a transition month, and this is a bonus group of quotes from three presidents and a general. Three presidents of the United States and a great general who was quite a notorious individual. And before I go any further, though, I'd like to ask you, please, if you do like the content that I've been sharing, to please like and subscribe. Please do distribute this to people in your community who you know I don't know, so that they can receive this information. And we're going to provide the quotes from the presidents in chronological order. The first quote is from our third president, Thomas Jefferson. And he said this: in matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. Now, that's very important. It's okay to change your approach, but it is not okay to change your principles. You'll confuse your team. Team members need to know what you value, and they need to know that you're not changing. So I am asking you to think about your values. What are your inalterable principles? What do you stand for no matter what? And stick to that. But don't be afraid of changing your methods. That's perfectly fine. The next quote we're going to go to is from John Quincy Adams. He was the sixth president of the United States. He was the son of John Adams, who was the second president of the United States. And he says this about leadership: if your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to become more, you are a leader. Now, how are you behaving? What are you modeling for your team members? What are you modeling for your friends, for your family, for your neighbors, for people in organizations where you may volunteer? Are you inspiring people to dream, or are you capping their dreams? Are you telling people what they cannot do, what they could never do, what they're not qualified to do? Or are you inspiring them to dream and then to learn and then, of course, to become more? As leaders, we love having good people. However, we must allow people to become all that they were made to be. We must allow people to exercise their creativity. We spoke about that earlier in the month. So I'm asking you, as a leader, are you inspiring people to grow, to be creative, to learn, and possibly to leave your organization or your team because they've gotten good enough to advance their careers? The third quote is from the 33rd president of the United States, and that was plain talking Harry Truman. Harry Truman said this: it is amazing what you can accomplish when you do not care who gets the credit. As leaders, we like to be out front. That's part of the reason that we lead. However, that is not always the most beneficial thing for the team. We have to allow people to get credit, push people out, let them get into the spotlight, let them get into the sunlight, and not worry about if we get mentioned. As I've said many times on this broadcast, when the tide rises, all the boats rise. When one member of our team gets the spotlight and does well, everybody knows that we were their team leader, their supervisor, their boss, their director, their manager. They all know that. And so they give us a little bit of that credit for developing that person. We can even get the reputation of being a people developer if we do things right. Now, before we go on to the last quote from our General George S. Patton, who was quite notorious during World War II. I'd like to remind you, if you like this content, please do share. Please do continue to subscribe. Please do remember to hit the thumbs up. And please do comment. You can email me comments at the email address in the bio and in the comments, or you can just post your comments here. And General Patton said this: don't tell people how to do things, tell them what to do, and then let them surprise you with the results. Now, he might have been notorious. He was a bit controversial, but when it came to leadership, he had it right. People on your team are good at what they do. They wouldn't be on your team if they weren't, and you need to cut them loose and let them fly. When you do that, you will be surprised at the creativity. Nobody thinks the way that you do. Everybody doesn't want to do the things the way that you did them. And the way that you did them, quite honestly, may not still be the best way. So it's important to let people do what it is that they need to do as long as they're qualified to do it. Allow creativity on your teams. That is the end of what I'm calling quotes from government leaders this month. And I'd like to ask you to please stay tuned for August, when we're going to be doing leadership quotes from the greatest leadership trainer of all, Dr. John C. Maxwell. I'm doing this in honor of the Maxwell Leadership Conference that will be held in the month of August, and also because John's half birthday happens to be in August. John's birthday is February 20th, and his half birthday will be August 20th. And I'd like to honor John that way because he's been my motivator and my North Star of leadership for just about 30 years, maybe a little bit longer. So thank you so much for listening. Please remember to thumbs up or heart. Please do share, and please do subscribe. Have a great balance of the week.